Today I have got a challenge that I want to show you guys what I want to do to be a part of. And there's a challenge going around that Scott Head from Black Gumbo Southern Gardening has come up with. And if you don't know who Scott Head is, I encourage you to go to his channel. I will put the link at the bottom. And he's got a challenge going out about a single seed. It's called the Single Seed Challenge 2020. And what that pertains to is taking a single seed and showing its progress throughout 2020, just here and there in your videos or whatever the case may be. And I decided, because I had recently received seed from my friend Rob Hart over at Essayon's Family Garden. Him and his family had sent me some moringa seeds. And I thought, well, that would be a great one because, you know, moringas is one of those things that there's a trick to really getting them to go good, from my understanding. And I actually found a great website that so far, thanks be to God, they have really done well so far. And I've actually already been taking pictures to the point that I've got them at now. So I thought, well, I've got those pictures, so I'm going to use this as my single seed challenge. Now, with that being said, I want to kind of show you what I've learned myself concerning getting the moringa going for anybody that may have moringa. Okay, you'll have your seeds, and you know, moringa seeds are kind of big, and they've got these little wings, what they call them, on them. What I did was I put these in, not these particular ones, but some, in a glass of water, and I let them set for 24 hours. And when you do that, these little wings, as they call them, will kind of flower out, and just flower out. And then it says to take you a Ziploc baggie, take them out of the water and put them in your Ziploc baggie. You don't have to put no paper towel in there, don't dry them off, don't nothing. Just take them out, shake them a tad if you want to, and throw them in the bag. And then put it in a cool, dark, or a warm, dark place. And what I did with them is I stuck them up underneath a blanket that's in there with my grow lights, so that they're up underneath there in the dark, but yet they're getting some warmth coming, not direct warmth. The grow lights was probably 1.5 feet away from them. No, I'm sorry. Maybe 1 foot away from them. And so I stuck them up underneath there, and it said to leave them and to check on them about the 3rd day. Just start checking on them. And and I'll put some pictures in here. You'll see some clips here or there or somewhere that I'm going to put in here of what they look like after a few days. Now, the first couple days, those will be one of the pictures. I think it was like 4 or 5 days, and I had some little white sprouts coming out, and you'll see them in the picture when I put it up, and they were still in the bag. So I left them for a few more days until the sprouts got a little bit longer, and they'll have 2 sprouts on them. One will come out on one side and one will come out on the other side. And when they do that, one side will kind of be a little ridgy. It'll be kind of a little ridgy, and you can tell that's where the actual leaf is going to be. And then the other one will just kind of curve and go different way, the opposite way. And then you take them and fix up your seed starting soil, however you choose to do that yourself. I choose to keep it fairly light so that the roots will have a good chance to really grow. And I suggest you get that all watered up and wring it out. That's what I do. And then I put it in my containers. And I like to put them in these clear ones. And the main reason I like to put them in the clear one is so I can see the root development that's happening in them. Which all these ain't in that, but I'll know when those are too. So here I've got actually 5 that I've gotten started. And I try to keep them watered from the bottom. That way they can pull up what they want to pull up, and I'm not overwatering them, because when you're getting seeds started like this, you want to be very careful not to get anything overwatered where they'll rot. And, you know, that goes with cuttings or anything. So I like to water from the bottom, but that's me. So you can see there, this is like 5 days. When I put these in here, they were just barely sticking out of the soil. And what it says to do, the part that you can tell is going to be a leaf, you leave it sticking out of the soil a little bit and make sure the other little sprout is down in the soil. And stick it under, they like sun, they like a lot of sun. So these has been under my heat lamp. So there we go. We've got some great little things going on here. This one here's got 2 in it because the one I wasn't really sure about, so I didn't know for sure, so I went ahead and stuck 2 of them in there. I probably should have divided it. I'm kind of afraid to divide it because they're supposedly real tedious, but I might divide it just to see what I come up with. You know, see how well it divides. So there's that, and I will continue the progress of this. So just be sure, if you will, to check out Scott's channel, and you can also hashtag seed or single seed challenge 2020, and it'll pull up anybody that is involved in this challenge. If you'd like to see the different things that people's doing and see maybe something that you're interested in yourself that you have that you want to see how it's doing. But I thought the Moringa would be a good one. So you get to see any blunders I have with this and any great things that happen with this. So I'm excited about them though. So far they're doing really good. While I was at this, because I wanted to make a video, I wanted to show y'all a few things that I have gotten this year. There's some more too, but these are the main ones I've gotten. I've gotten some aloe. I have a tendency to take in sickly plants. If I'm at my grocery store has a florist in it, and I always go to their clearance rack and I look for anything that looks like it still could have some life come to it. Actually, my dandelion bulbs, I put my daffodil bulbs in the ground back in the fall that I had gotten from this clearance stuff, and they've come up, so they're doing good this year. And this is just other stuff that I picked up, not just from there. I also pick up stuff from Lowe's and places like that because I like the challenge of trying to resurrect these things. And sometimes it works and sometimes it don't work, and sometimes it does better than other times. And I'll show you that as we go here. I don't know what I got first from last. I think one of the things I got first was these 2 plants here. And I actually got these 2 plants from my daughter. She had bought several plants, and her kids, which some of these are in different pots, but my grandkids had actually decorated some of the pots that they were in. And this is one. And this one, I don't know the name of it really. It's a polka dot type plant, but it's a thicker leaf. It's kind of a little bit of a rubbery leaf. And it's kind of, I don't know if it's just slow growing. I don't know the name of it. These here are new leaves. There's 2 new leaves right here. And this is, I think, fairly new. But these down in here have not done well. And I've just been, you know, it's staying alive. And there is a little bit of growth that I've had since the end of last summer. So it's doing a little something. And this one here now, I really didn't think this one was going to make it because it had one little leaf that was sticking out, and it just didn't look like it was going to do much. Now this has got variegated leaves, and the variegation in it is like a pink purple. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. You can probably see it better on the back of the leaf. And it has really resurrected itself. And I was excited about that. 2 that I also got around that same time were these 2 little guys, and they were just in little pots like this here is, that it was dyed back. You can kind of tell this one still's, well, you see where I pulled off stuff that was dying back and things like that. I think they've just gotten waterlogged because these are in the succulent family. These are clanchos. I think I'm pronouncing it right. So I've got several of these, and these though were a pink. It was a real pretty pink, and they're about to drop their blooms is why they're down right now. But I've got some really good pictures of this on my Instagram. Instagram is where I put a lot of my gardening type stuff and things like that a lot of times, and even things about my grandkids and stuff. So, you know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, a lot of things you'll see over there that you won't see on my YouTube channel. And this one here was mint green. I was just so tickled to see that. And it's trying to come out really good. They're actually growed a lot. You probably don't realize it yourself because you didn't know what they looked like before. But they have definitely come alive. And that one even bloomed. So that was really good. Next, I'll tell you about these 2 guys. These 2 guys I got at Lowe's. And all this stuff, if I bought it, I paid, those 2 I paid 99 cents for. These I paid, I think, 99 cents for these 2. And then the other ones I'll tell you here in just a minute, those other 2. But these I got at Lowe's. And this one, it about died back on me. I think it got too wet. It held its water more than I wanted it to, and I didn't realize it till after the fact because of where I had it at. And so I got it back out and I repotted it into something with a little better drainage and stuff in it. And so it's coming back out because they had lost every leaf on here. But actually it was about like these and lost leaves when I first got them. So they've definitely come out a long ways. And this one is called a Pixie Dixie Fern. I'll let you see the picture of it or the leaves a little better. So I'm excited to see that little bugger come alive a little more. But I got these at the same time and they both were about the same size. So you can see here how this one didn't get stunted because I watered it too much and it wasn't draining good. But this is a Pamela ivy and I replanted it, as you see. And I've stuck me a heart thing in here and I've already got it started growing on it. So I was very tickled about that. It's a Pamela ivy. So it has really come a long way. I'm excited about that little bugger. I've always wanted to do one of these with that. I've done it with the devil's ivy, or what they call it. It's got a better name than devil's ivy, but a lot of people know what I'm probably talking about with the devil's ivy. But I've never got to do it with this type of ivy. Okay then, and now last but certainly not least, I just got these yesterday. I was very excited about them. As you can see here, these are hyacinths. This one was a white one, this was a deep pink one. And I got them on clearance again, and they were originally $12.99. They turned them down to $6.99, and I got them for $1.99. And there's 3 bulbs in each. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep these watered and keep them in a sunny place. And after it gets warm, put them outside in a sunny place. And let the leaves keep doing their thing, get their photosynthesis going to where really energizes the bulb. And then as these die back, I will cut them off and I will put them in the ground this coming September. And then next spring, preferably, they'll be popping up and having me some hyacinths. And I can separate them because there's 3. So I'll leave it at that, guys. I hope this video didn't come out too long. But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And it's now time for Remember When. And I forgot to show my Polka Dot plant. And I actually got it for 99 cents. And it was a little of nothing. And I've already actually got another start off of him. It's a pink polka dot. It's pretty, ain't she? Hey guys, it's time for Remember When. Well, today I want to share with you some things that a lot of us used to do when we were in school. And one of those things I thought about, the fidget spinners that they came out with a couple years ago that all the kids had to have and all that kind of good stuff. Well, this was our fidget spinner. Now, how frugal is that? And I know y'all all used to do that when you get bored at school and such and such. And then I thought about another thing we used to do when we get bored. And we take like coins or just anything. We would do it to everything under the sun, not just coins. And we'd sketch them. Remember how that was probably the best one. I had trouble getting it to sketch good. Now right there was a Pyrex bowl I did. And we just sit and sketch that kind of stuff. And then when we got to the point where we had that little silly putty, which was years later for me, but we used to put it on the newspaper, funny papers, and smash it on there real good and let it sit and then peel it off. And it would have the little funny paper on that. Remember doing that? I'm sure you do. So those were cool, fun things we used to do. And a lot of those things you done when you were bored, and that made me think about the projectors when we'd have to watch films or whatever at school. And the projectors has changed a lot through the years. I don't even guess they call it projectors anymore. But they had at first the ones with the 2 wheels that went round and round. And then after that one, they had the one with just the scope that came out, and the film just kind of ran through it, the black film. And then they had the slides where you click the button and the slide would change, and it would turn. It went on that thing, it turned. So I thought about all those crazy things that used to be that are no more, which is kind of sad. Let's see if there was something else I wrote. Oh, well, no, that didn't have nothing to do with school, but I will go ahead and tell that one anyway. Remember the long distance? We'd always want to call each other on, if we had long distance, like my parents used to call their parents in another state. They'd wait till the weekend to call them because it was free long distance to be able to call them then. So I thought about all of that and how we used to have to do. And you also used to see phone booths everywhere, and now you very, very, very seldom ever see one anywhere. And that's kind of sad. And then when you would call and you wanted the person to know that you were okay. I remember calling my mom whenever I was a waitress at a restaurant, and I was 15 years old, and she would want to know I was okay. So I would call her on that payphone, and so when she picked up and asked, this is a collect call from such and such, do you receive the call? She'd know that was me saying I'm okay. So that was kind of, I know everybody used to probably do those type of things too. But anyway, I'll leave it at that because I don't want to make this too long. And like I said, I got tons more, and I appreciate your comments so much. I have enjoyed the far out of them. So let's keep them going, and I'm going to share some that different folks has told me about, and I hope I don't forget nobody that I've mentioned that I'm going to do that, because I do want to do that. And I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you later.